start with Kirsten right up front to your right, Kiké.
Well, good news is, of course, we know you're back in the lineup today. Dave Roberts had shared you were experiencing some back tightness. When did this start, and just kind of how are you feeling?
Started when I was on load management all year, and then I had to play the last 4 games of the season, and then I played again. Now, first ground ball I took during BP yesterday, it kind of locked up on me. And then, I wouldn't have come out of the game, but since we took the big lead, it took Thomas 2 innings to convince me to come out. So, I guess first inning didn't work out, and the second he came back, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll come out.
Claudia right here, Kiké.
Kiké, tengo 2 preguntas. La primera, has vivido muchos octubres con los Dodgers. ¿Qué tiene de especial este año?
Lo mismo de todo. Estamos aquí. No muchos equipos tienen la dicha de poder jugar en los playoffs y estamos aquí una vez más. Tenemos una oportunidad bien grande de repetir algo que no se ha hecho en mucho tiempo y estamos aquí aceptando el reto.
La segunda es fuera del diamante. Sabemos que te encanta la música de Bad Bunny. En este mes de la herencia hispana, ¿qué te emociona más de ver a un artista latino como él brillando en el show de medio tiempo del Super Bowl?
Súper orgulloso de que está poniendo a Puerto Rico en alto. Benito ha hecho muchas cosas súper grandes por Puerto Rico. Nos ha puesto en el mapa y obviamente con su residencia pues creó muchos trabajos, ayudó mucho al turismo de Puerto Rico y como siempre poniendo a Puerto Rico en alto y súper orgulloso de que sea de la islita de nosotros.
Any questions? Yes, sir. I'll get you the microphone.
You guys attacked Hunter Green very well last night. Did you guys have any specific game plan against Green's fastballs or sliders, if you can tell?
It kind of went the opposite of how our plan was. Our plan was to be on the fastball. He threw a season low percentage of fastballs last time he pitched against us, so we thought that this time around he was going to come attack us with more fastballs. So the plan was to hit the fastball, and he made some mistakes with the sliders, and we made him pay for it.
Other questions for Kiké? Yes, we'll get you the microphone.
Kiké, siendo un jugador que ha dejado muy buenos números en postemporadas y que es algo de lo que se habla, tanto fanáticos como la media, ¿cómo haces tú para manejar esta situación? ¿Sientes alguna presión? ¿Cómo manejar las expectativas?
A veces he dicho que sí, que crea un poquito de presión en el sentido de las expectativas y todo eso, pero tal vez eso es antes del juego. Ya una vez yo me paro en el terreno y empieza el juego, yo no estoy pensando en eso, estoy pensando en concentrarme en el picheo que se está jugando en ese momento y más nada que eso, porque ahora la verdad es la misma pelota de siempre y gracias a Dios he tenido la dicha de participar en muchas postemporadas y tengo mucha experiencia y eso es algo que siempre ayuda.
Good. Third row.
Yoshinobu's kind of talked about the conversation you had with him last October, just about getting the confidence back in him before Game 5. What differences do you sort of see year to year in Yoshinobu? How much more confident does he look this year?
He looks obviously. The answer it answered itself by looking at the season he had. He just seems like the guy that knows what he's doing on the mound and not trying to see who he is. He's not trying to figure out who he is. He knows who he is, and he's attacking. He has a game plan, and he's executing. Man, his command is impeccable, and hopefully he's that way tonight. But last year it was a little bit of he was trying to adjust to the league when you don't need to adjust to a league you haven't failed at. And this year it's just I'm gonna go with my game plan. I'm gonna throw my game, and I'm gonna let itself play out. And that's what he's done all year, and he had a great year.
Right up front, Kirsten.
The feel amongst the group has just been it's about the final 6 weeks, how you guys closed out the regular season, and of course looking into October for a deep postseason run. As you guys go into this one tonight, what is the feel just amongst the group looking to close out this wild card?
I can only answer for myself, but they have a very young, hungry, talented team on the other side, and you know, we gotta get on top early, and we gotta keep adding on to the lead. I feel like last night maybe they feel like even though they lost, they might feel like they regained the momentum by scoring a couple of runs at the end of the game. But I mean, you know, we just gotta go on the attack early, and you know, let Yoshi do his thing on the mound, and hopefully we can, you know, put some runs on the board for him, and hopefully we can, you know, close this thing out tonight, because a lot of us could use the extra day off.
Go to the second row, Kiké, Jack.
The team has talked so much about how much they trust you when you get to October. When you go through a year where you're dealing with injuries and other stuff, like, does that kind of help, knowing that, you know, you just kind of have to figure it out at some point, and that when you get to this spot, if you're feeling good, like, the opportunity is going to be there when you're kind of building up to it?
Yes and no. I mean, I wasn't really sure if I was going to be playing, like, what role I was going to be taking part of. You know, it wasn't until Muncy went down 4 days before the season ended that I was able to, like, you know, consistently play against right-handed pitching. And yeah, I mean, I know they brought me here for these type of moments. Sucks that for 162 games it didn't go well, but you know, once we get here, it doesn't really matter. The beautiful thing about the postseason is that once we get to the postseason, everything starts at zero, and nothing really matters about the 162, because if you can have a bad year, you know, and you know, you flip the script and you start over in the postseason, you have a good season, good postseason, help the team win, we win it all, and nobody remembers what you did in the regular season. Everybody remembers what happened in the playoffs, and it could also happen the other way around. You can have a great season and have a bad postseason, and people are going to talk about how bad it went in the postseason. Nobody really cares about what happened in the regular season. So for me, it was just, you know, trying to stay ready, trying to figure out a way to stay ready, and whenever my name was called upon, and it happened a little earlier than I thought this time around.
We'll stay right there, Kiké, on the left.
Kiké, there were a lot of highs and lows in September, from that trip in Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and then Clayton announcing his retirement. How did everything in September bond the team together?
I mean, September felt like it was kind of the whole year, you know. It was just up and down. We were very inconsistent, and you know, it was all about trying to survive and, you know, get to the postseason. And then once the postseason started, forget about the regular season, and understand who we are as a group, and understand that everybody's coming for us. We have a target on our back, so we had to play like it. At times it felt like we were kind of checked out during the regular season, and here we are now, and these are the games that really matter. So it was, I think, experience and age has a lot to do with it. We have a lot of young guys, but I think we have a very salty team as far as, like, you know, the age, especially the position players side of it. So we have a lot of experience. We know that, you know, it's not that easy to turn it on and off, but you know, we just need to find a way. And you know, here we are. We found a way last night, and hopefully we can find a way tonight.
Seated far in the back, Kiké. Bill.
Yeah, Kiké, how much pride do you take in that reputation as being a good October player, and what are some of the things that make a player good in October?
Getting hits. Repetition feels great. I've been blessed to be on the right team at the right time. You know, being a good postseason player is kind of an individual thing, but not really. You know, you're on a team that doesn't make the playoffs. You can't be a postseason player. I just happen to be on a lot of really good teams, and I've been fortunate enough to get a lot of chances, and things have gone my way. But like I've said before, I've also had some postseasons where it hasn't gone my way, and it feels terribly. You go to the off season and you think about it over and over. But you know, reputation is a reputation. Whatever. I embraced it. So hopefully I keep getting hits.
Standing far back on the right, Kiké.
Hola, Kiké. Humberto
Hola.
Barrera aquí. ¿A qué atribuyes esta asistencia de la comunidad, de los aficionados que rebasaron los 4 millones esta temporada? ¿Y cuál es el mensaje hacia ellos?
Es lo que esperamos. Todos los años lideramos la liga en fanaticada, o sea, en promedio por noche y en total por el año. Es algo que es una responsabilidad bien grande. Sabemos que la fanaticada nos apoya. Ellos llegan al parque y nos apoyan y es cuestión de nosotros poder ponerles un buen show y ganar el juego. Pero nosotros no seríamos lo que somos sin la fanaticada. La fanaticada, los días que no nos está yendo bien, ellos traen la energía y eso hace que tal vez el juego cambie. Así que nosotros no seríamos lo que somos sin la fanaticada y le digo gracias por seguir llegando al parque, viniendo, apoyándonos y esperemos que este año podamos repetir.
Do a couple more. Doug up front.
And Kiké, Andrew said yesterday that your October history was a big factor in bringing you back here. Just from like a mindset standpoint, just how do you handle those expectations of just kind of being one of the best postseason players of your generation?
The hardest thing to do is taking it one day at a time, but the reality is you're only living today, and what was done yesterday is already paid for. It's already done, and nothing matters but today. So you just try to take it one day at a time, and then once the game starts, you try to take it one pitch at a time. During a game, you never know which run is going to win you a game. And in the postseason, I feel like you never know which pitch is going to win you a game. So I think that mindset of taking it one day at a time, one pitch at a time, is the one that allows me to, quiet the noise and, do what I have to do.
And you mentioned on a podcast that moment you had with Rich Hill before the Cubs series where you hit the 3 home runs. Have you tried to impart that on any of your teammates to try to kind of make them feel more comfortable in the postseason, just kind of inspire them a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of part of understanding what your role is within a clubhouse, within a locker room. And even though I feel like I'm still 12 years old, I also understand that I'm one of the veteran guys and one of the older guys. So, it's just finding a way to recognize who needs the pep talk or whatever it is they need, and picking and choosing the right time to do it. So yeah, I've had my moments with certain teammates, and it's just part of your role within the locker room.
Anything else for Kiké? All right, Kiké, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.